Hi guys, I'm back again with the, not quite the finale, but basically we're just going to kind of finish up this image, coloring her shoes, her flower, and her little bag and her towel. And then I am going to finish her bathing suit. I should have done that in the last video, but I felt like it was a little, there's a lot of explaining that I did in the last video, so I didn't want to overwhelm you with any more stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the image, and the first thing I'm going to do is finish her bathing suit, and I'm going to be using the color pink. It's PC 929. So I'm just going to take that, and basically anytime there's an image that has just a basic line of anything, I just go on either side of the line and color in a little bit. And then I'm going to just color in her little frilly top here, just to fill that in. So that's basically all I do. Anytime there's just a basic line or a stripe or something in an image, I just color on either side of it, and then I'll come in with my Gamsol and my blending stump and pull it towards the center. Okay, so it's really, really easy. If you want a deeper color, which in this case I do, just go in and add a little more pressure this time. I'm going to make this a little darker too, and blend it towards the center. If any of you are wondering the supplies that I'm using, you can refer to the very first video in this series. We've already gone through coloring the rest of the image up to this point, so you can refer to those previous videos in the series. They're all in one playlist, so you can find them easily and watch them in order. But yeah, so that's basically it for her shoes. I am going to color her little hair ties here just really quickly, nothing too fancy. So that's that. Then just go over here on this side, and then I'm just going to take my blending stump really quickly. I'm not going to worry about any detail with those at all. So just color them in a little bit, blend them out, nothing too fancy. Okay, then I'm going to color her shoes pink also. So again, the bottom of her shoe is basically just a line, and so the center point is going to be lighter here. I'm going to come up here on this portion also and color that. So basically just coloring anything that's not the flower on this shoe here, and then just come in and blend it towards the center a little bit. This is I'm just going to color in pink, but for the bottoms of the shoes here. I'm going to color right here under her foot a little bit darker because there's going to be a little bit of a shadow there. Nothing major though. Okay, so there's that. And then, let's see here. I think the only other thing that I'm going to color pink is going to be the stripe in her towel. Okay, so as you can see, there's these lines that show you that there are kind of bunches in the towel itself. So I'm going to color on either side of this first little area, and then just on this side of the second stripe, and then this one I'm just going to color that whole thing because it's going to be darker. Okay, so this one, you still want to, just blend them towards the middle there. Now this middle one, you may think, oh, why isn't it darker on the other side? And the reason for that is because this area will be casting a shadow on it. So that's why I did that. Okay, so I mean, you really don't need to worry about it. It's such a tiny space, but I do like to, you know, really get that in there. Also, I did forget to color in this area here of our little girl's swimsuit here. So I'm just going to color that in really quick. So that was the poppy red, and then I'm going to come in with the terracotta, because this area is going to be darker. It's the underside of her little skirt bathing suit thing. Okay, so I realized that in my last video after watching it that I hadn't colored that, so I just wanted to color that in really quick. Okay, and let's see here. I think I'm gonna color the flowers yellow. So I'm using yellow ochre is the color. It's PC 942, and I'm just going to color those in. I'm not going to be very fancy with these at all. I'm really not too worried about the flowers looking perfect. Okay, so just a little bit of color in there. And then I think I'm actually going to come in with a little bit of the terracotta. It's just a tiny, tiny bit. And I'm just going to go in like the center of the flower there, where the little line is that the artist already drew for us. It's just going to, when I blend it out, you'll see, it's just going to give us a little bit of a deeper color, and it will give the flower a little more dimension. Okay, but like I said, I'm not too concerned about them looking perfect. I'm going to come in with this color. It's called light umber, and it's basically just a light brown, and I'm going to color in the centers of those flowers. Nothing major. That way they kind of look like sunflowers now when you do that, but that's okay. Okay, then let's see here. To bring in a little bit more of the yellow, I'm going to color her bag yellow. Okay, and it's the yellow ochre color, the same color I just used for the flowers. And I'm just going to come along the edges here, get back here in between her legs a little bit too. Come around, just basically laying color all around the perimeter of her bag. And then I will come back in circular motions and just kind of pull the color in to fill in the white space. It's really nothing special. Okay, I'm going to come back in with a little more pressure this time. And I'm going to make this area darker because it's between her legs, so, and then also on either side of her legs it's going to be lighter because her legs are casting a shadow. Just fill it in. Nothing fancy at all. Okay, so there's that. And then let's see here. I think for her towel, I'm going to color it brown. We've got kind of a color palette here that I would like to stay with. So we've got very warm colors. So we've got yellows in her hair, you know, her skin tone is all very warm. We've got yellows, browns, oranges. The pink is you know, a little warm, but, you know, I mean, it's not super warm. So I'm going to come in with that light umber again and just color that towel in. So what I'm going to do is start on the edges and just follow the lines. Just follow the lines that the artist has given you and just put a little bit of color there. Okay, then we'll come in and fill it in a little better. So I'm going to grab my blending stump, get some Gamsol on there, and you're going to pull it towards the white space. Like I said, we're just filling it in. Okay, so nothing super fancy. I'm going to come in again with the same color and just add more pigment to it. Okay, and then pull it in towards the center again, like I said. One more time. I'm going to come back over here, darken that up a bit. You can kind of see here with this brown that it doesn't blend quite as well as I would like it to, and that's actually one of the big reasons why I color brown hair, because for some reason, I don't know if it's like the colors, the color itself, the marker, or if it's something else. I really don't know, but they just don't blend very well. I'm going to come back in the center of these flowers and just kind of make them a little bit darker, just to kind of bring in a little more of that brown color so it doesn't look like the only thing that's brown in the whole image is the towel. Okay, so that finishes off the image, and I do have several ways of creating backgrounds for my images, but I'm thinking I might do a whole separate thing on that. It's not going to be part of the Prismacolor series just because it's not coloring. So I do plan on doing, I've had a lot of questions on how I do my cloud backgrounds and things like that. So I do plan to do a video in the future sometime about how I do that, but for now I'm just going to leave it at that. Sometimes I might, if I'm not creating a scene and I'm just going to leave the image like that and die cut it out, maybe with a nestability or something like that, I will go in with a color that matches the scheme. A lot of times I use blue, and if I do use blue, I use the light aqua color or the jade green color for my background. Sometimes I'll use gray, sometimes I'll use pink. It really just depends on the color palette that I'm using and what I feel goes best. So I may come back and do a little tutorial on how I would do that as well. Okay, so stay tuned for that, and I will have more tutorials coming up soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.